Welcome back to Simply Fujica, a place for budding and aspiring entrepreneurs. If you're new to this channel, I am Fujica, and I serve this community as a business mentor, and I help people to achieve receiving their non-medical home care licenses. Guys, I have a good one for you today. One of the questions that has come up to me in consulting is, what should I be expecting from my caregivers? What should I be expecting from my home care aides as they represent my company in our client's home? So I thought, you know what, that's a good question. Let me do a video about that. So today we are discussing what are 5 things you can expect from your caregivers. If that sounds like something you're interested in, then stay tuned. The first thing that you should expect from your caregivers is building a relationship with your clients. So listen, as you and I both know, it took a lot to get that client. It took a lot to convert them from being a potential client to really selling your services, to really get them to buy into your agency. So from day one, your caregiver should be building that relationship with that client, right? So that relationship confirms the reason why they selected your agency. So really, although there's a care plan for that client, your caregiver helps that client's care plan come to life. You know, what does their morning routine look like? I talk about the caregiver that we have, that she's more like family to us now. But I remember in the morning she would come in, they hadn't even greeted each other yet, but she would come in, rub my mother-in-law's feet, get her coffee running. See, that's not something that would be on a care plan. That was just something that they came to develop because of their relationship. So you really want to teach that to your caregivers. It's really important to really understand who that person is as a person and not just a client. The second expectation you should have for your caregiver is loyalty. Listen, we've talked about this a lot too. You've put a lot of effort and time and energy into hiring caregivers onto your agency. Once you get them there, you want them to be loyal. I always encourage people to build that relationship with your employee. Once you have that relationship, it's really about making sure that both sides of that arrangement remain happy. And so once that relationship is built, it becomes harder then to do something that goes against you or the agency, because that relationship would be put at risk. So the way that you build upon that loyalty is to make sure that you are treating your caregiver, you're treating them well, you're building a relationship with them, you know, outside of your work tasks, asking them how they're doing, checking in with them periodically, asking them about their family, their friends, some of their wishes, some of their goals. So by maintaining and building that relationship, you will start to see that loyalty build over time. The third item that you should expect from your caregiver is communication. Now listen, the communication is going to go both ways, because your client will start speaking to you, I would say organically, less to you and then more often to your caregiver, because that's the person that is giving them their care that they desire. And so you want to make sure that that caregiver now becomes a liaison between the client and your agency. So you really want to make sure that the caregiver feels comfortable giving any communication that they need to you, that that communication won't be used against them. So let's say that the client has some type of complaint, not necessarily against the caregiver, but maybe about your agency. Would your caregiver feel comfortable sharing that information with you? So the way that you can promote them being comfortable is making sure you let them know about the open door policy, giving them processes on what they should do if there's some type of communication that needs to come to your office. So you really want to make sure that not only does your caregiver feel comfortable coming to you about the client's needs, but that conversely they also feel comfortable to come discuss their needs with you as their employer. So again, communication is the key in any relationship, and your caregiver is no exception. The fourth expectation that we have for our caregivers is they should be helping us build our agency, right? So we're always thinking of marketing tips, marketing ways, things to get our agency out there, ways to grow our agency. Your caregiver is no exception to the rule. That caregiver should be giving you referrals. We had a caregiver that worked for us before. Actually, I'm sorry, I take that back. We had a caregiver before that worked for my agency she recommended at least 3 clients to come to our agency. And she did that because once she started working for us for a few months and she realized who we were as an agency and she was happy, then she felt comfortable referring not only her friends that were caregivers, but then also some of their previous clients that were looking for a new agency to get care. What that means to you as an owner is you have to create programs to incentivize people to bring their folks over. So if they bring in another caregiver, what does that referral look like? If they bring you a client, how long does that client have to stay with you before you give them a referral fee, right? So these are types of programs that you need to build to make your clients feel comfortable in suggesting you as that agency of choice. The 5th and final tip that I have with you is that you want the caregiver, or you should expect your caregiver, to grow with your agency. Listen, most people now know that they have choices. They can go to other care agencies. There's so many local to them. If they are a good caregiver, they may have other agencies reaching out to them. And so one of the things, once you have a good caregiver, once you have that reliable, loyal, and you know time and time again based on what your clients say that they give you that white glove service, then your focus should shift to, how do I retain this person? And I will tell you, most people want to grow. Okay, so if you hire someone in as a caregiver, most people aren't going to remain at that level over months and over years, over a period of time. And so what does that look like? Well, you won't know if you don't ask. So really, if you're saying when you're hiring someone that there are promotion opportunities and there's room for growth, then what does that look like for your caregivers as they become more tenured with your agency? Okay, so guys, that's really all I have for this video. I hope you enjoyed this information. Remember, any relationship is going to be a give and take. And so when a person works for you and they perform for you, this is how you can start expecting some of these items that we've talked about. But I want to throw it over to you now. What did I miss? What do you expect for your caregivers when they sign on to your agency? I would love for you to start the conversation in the comments. Guys, really quickly, before we leave, I do have a couple of announcements. My next webinar is going to be held on Saturday, September 30th. That is the last Saturday of the month, and we're talking about staffing. I really have created this as a one-stop shop for you to recruit, hire, and onboard any caregivers to your home care agency. I've also created a interviewing guide for you to help you as you attract that talent that you need to your agency. The link will be in the description. I hope to see you there. Also, I have some exciting news for those of you who follow me on Instagram, which if you don't, you should be. If you follow me on Instagram, you've already seen I am actually speaking. I'm delivering a workshop at the Small Business Expo in LA on September 6th. So I will have that information also in the video description. Now listen, the actual event is free. But I really want to make sure that you come and support if you're in the area. I would love to see you there. Okay, guys, that's all I have for you today. If you haven't already, don't forget we're on the road to 10,000 subscribers. So make sure you like this video. Do not forget to subscribe and hit that bell notification so that you're notified every time I release a new video. Okay, guys, that's all I have for you today. Stay blessed.
Let me ask you a question. Do you have a passion for caring for others and you're trying to figure out how to turn that passion into a business? Well, I have the course just for you. My name is Fujica and I am just launching Fujica's Home Care Academy. I want you to join me in Sacramento this upcoming October, where I teach you how to actually get your license in the state of California, as well as operating your non-medical home care agency as a profitable business. Go ahead and look out for the link in the video description below. And if you have any questions, reach out to me. I hope to see you soon.